What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense, and today I want to talk about another monster, Lawrence V. Ray. He showed up at his daughter's elite college in New York City suburb in late 2010, and shortly after being released from prison, he moved into a dormitory, and he started doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I did not believe the story when I first saw it today, but I looked at multiple news source outlets, and it was also on the New York Times, right? The New York Times is pretty legit when it's coming out with stories. They don't mess around. They have sources and stuff. And so I saw that and I was like, all right, let's go. So this went down at Sarah Lawrence College in Yonkers, New York. This is an elite college, super expensive. And you would think, how could something like this happen? How can somebody live in the dormitories, a 60-year-old man? Well, I was checking out the website, and this is an example right here, but I was checking out the website, and it says from private housing to sprawling apartment buildings and all that good stuff, man. I'm not even going to go through the whole list, but by reading this, I can see how somebody can get into a dorm or an apartment and just live there. So he gets out of jail, he moves into his daughter's dorm, and he started setting up therapy sessions. That's right. He found girls and guys who were kind of in psychological turmoil, and he offered therapy sessions, and he took advantage of this situation. He would gather information on them with therapy sessions, then he would use that to sexually exploit them. I mean, the list is long. From there's a girl he even sex trafficked from 2014 to 2018, and he earned $500,000 off of one girl. And this is out of a college, out of his daughter's college. This is a straight up monster here. But speaking of monsters, he had power as well. He had friends in high places. One of his friends in high places was Bernard B. Carrick. He was at the top of the game. He was a police. And I mean, obviously this guy is clean cut, had friends in high places, but he ended up going to prison for racketeering with Mr. Lawrence V. Ray. He was an informant in the late 90s, dishing dirt about the Gambino crime family soldier, but his efforts to cooperate with the Bureau failed, and he was later charged with more than a dozen other men in this racketeering case. Now, these pictures of him standing with George W. Bush and Mr. Giuliani, I'm not making any kind of political statements or anything like that. I'm just showing you that this guy hung out with powerful people that was at the top. This guy was a straight up con man. This guy was allowed access to young, vulnerable teenage girls for the most part, and he was able to do whatever he wanted for 10 years and earn and extort millions of dollars from them. And the school claims that they did not even know about the indictment. They're just finding out about it. So when it comes to sex trafficking, people they're always thinking like, oh, somebody's going to snatch me out of a Walmart parking lot. Well, most oftentimes it happens like this. You have someone that has access to young children in some type of way, and they're vulnerable, and they take full advantage of it. The snatch and grab is not the norm. So check up on your kids if they're in college. Just have that normal conversation with them. If for whatever reason you have the type of kid that doesn't like to talk to the parents, they may be trouble and they're not really talk. Shoot, man. I mean, thinking about guys like this, I will go as far as getting me a PI or something, man. Like, hey, man, keep an eye on him for me so I can know what's going on. Anyway, man, that's all I got for today, man. I just wanted to post this as quick as possible just to put it out as a warning to parents and a warning to kids, man. There are monsters out here like that, and you can't just put a lot of trust in. Be aware and alert at all times. If something is off, immediately report it and go from there. When there's an attempted kidnap at a Walmart, people report that and they share that. Make sure you share something like this. This wasn't a snatch and grab. This went on for almost 10 years, folks.